This is the same Air Force that was established and trained by the U.S. military and paid for with U.S. tax dollars.
Yeah, quite a story. Connor Powell is streaming live on this from Kabul, Afghanistan for us.
Martha, the U.S. government has spent some $2 billion training and equipping the Afghan Air Force, all in hopes here of building up an Afghan security system that will support the Afghan government when U.S. and international troops leave in 2014. But now the U.S. military says they are looking into allegations that there were members of the Afghan Air Force that were using helicopters and airplanes bought by American taxpayers to ferry around drugs and weapons across the country as part of a large drug ring. Now, the U.S. military stresses that these are only allegations and that this is not an official investigation because they say they're just beginning to look into these allegations. These allegations stem from another investigation which happened earlier this year into the shooting of 8 U.S. airmen and 1 U.S. civilian who were shot by Colonel Ahmed Gul, who is an Afghan Air Force pilot. He shot those U.S. and international advisors this summer. The Air Force was looking into that shooting, and these allegations of corruption and drug running stem from that, Martha.
Boy, you know, I can just imagine, Connor, people listening to this story and shaking their heads. The money, the investment of time, the treasure, the personal treasure lost in Afghanistan. What does this tell us, if there's any truth to it, about the Afghan security forces, and what about the rest of them?
Well, Martha, the U.S. government and the international community have been spending billions here trying to build up the Afghan security forces. And as you know, in the last few weeks, there's been a rash of shootings by Afghan security forces, police officers and soldiers shooting U.S. and international troops. This is an endemic problem here across Afghanistan. There is a real lack of trust here in Afghanistan between coalition forces. This only adds to that lack of trust, Martha.
Terrible story and a tough pattern. Connor.